Hi and welcome to this week's vlog. Now I thought long and hard before putting this vlog out, which is why it's actually a little bit later than normal. Apologies for that. Let me give you a bit of a backstory so I can explain to you what happened. So after Wyoming Brook, which is the last video that I released, I went on to Liverpool, and the plan was to do some evening photography around the docks, and then the next morning stay overnight, and then the next morning go and do some street photography. Now the evening photography didn't pan out, unfortunately. It didn't happen, so I just got up as normal the next morning and decided to go over to the Baltic Triangle, which I was staying quite close to as I was by the docks anyway, and do some street photography. Now that really didn't work at all, as you'll see on the video. But I did learn a very valuable lesson, or something came of it anyway, that helped me to realise why I think it all went wrong. And I want to share that with you because it might help your street photography. So anyway, on to the failed vlog. Well, good morning and welcome to this week's vlog. This week I am in Liverpool, and inspired by Mike Chesworth's video, I'll put a link up to it in the description and up in the top corner. I'm heading over to somewhere called the Baltic Triangle for a bit of street photography. Now it's been a long time since I've actually done any street photography, so hopefully I'll still remember how it works. But yeah, we'll see. I'm by the docks at the moment. I'm just around the corner from the Baltic Triangle, so yeah, let's go and see what we can get. And what I thought I'd do today is I thought that I would show you or let you know my thought process behind some of the images. So what I've done is, along with the video that I made, I've also put the GoPro on top of the camera, and I'm going to talk through my thought process when I'm actually taking the shots. Maybe you'll find it interesting, hopefully you will. Yeah, let's have a look. So I like this wall here, it's quite interesting, but I'm kind of waiting for someone to walk past it and snap it, but they've got to be interesting too. So I've also got this piece of wall art here as well, the Beatles, and I'm just wondering if I could get someone walking towards it. I call it the Fab Five or something. Something a bit random here. There's a skate park, and I think it's abandoned. Well, it looks abandoned. You can see, but there's a little puddle here, and it's just reflecting this wall that's up here. Let's see if I can get some interesting shots from it. I haven't got my mojo yet at all for any actual street photography, so I'm doing a bit of something a little bit more abstract. So I'm really struggling, I'm not going to lie, this is really difficult today. I think it's because it's it's a completely new area and I'm kind of exploring it, but I'm not really finding anything that I like. B, I'm not really finding anything that I like. It's the sort of places I like, tight alleyways or sort of small narrowish streets with large buildings either side. I mean, the one behind me is not too bad, but the trouble is there's cars parked all down it. It just doesn't have that atmosphere for me. And I think the third problem is the fact that I just have not done any street photography for so long. I've almost gotten out of the habit. I've forgotten how to do it. I've forgotten what I'm doing, and I'm struggling. I am struggling a lot. So there it was. There was the vlog. Now, what went wrong? Well, a couple of things really went wrong, I would say. Can't really use them as too much of an excuse, but I didn't research the area well enough. I thought it was going to be a lot bigger. I thought the Baltic Triangle was going to be this huge, vast expanse of streets with wall art everywhere, with interesting people wandering around, and really and truly it wasn't what I was expecting. Not to say that I couldn't have made more of it, because I definitely could have, but it wasn't quite what I was expecting. There weren't as many people there, and it was quite a small area, unless of course I didn't explore it properly, which is quite possible since I didn't research very well. Secondly, putting the GoPro on the camera, trying to talk my way through the shots really didn't help at all. It's not something that I should have an issue with really, but I think when you're in a new area and you don't really know the area, and on top of that you're very conscious that you're talking whilst you're taking pictures of people who are probably thinking, what is that guy talking about, didn't help either. But the biggest thing that I've got from it, and this is the one tip that I want to share with you, hence the slightly clickbaity title, I do apologise a little bit, is that I look back through the images that I took in Liverpool, and I took about 60 images, right? Which sounds like quite a few, but when you think that you probably take 4, 5, 6, 7 shots of the same composition, just waiting for people to get into the best possible position in the composition, then it isn't actually that many actual shots that I took. And looking back on a lot of my vlogs and a lot of my photo shoots, street photo shoots, I found that actually, I'll give you an example, Manchester, I didn't get a shot that I liked, that I used, until I'd taken over 140 images. I took 450 there altogether. When I go to London, often I'm taking 400, 500 images. And it's normally after quite a period of time that I actually start to get one that I really like, especially with street photography. So I think there's something in that. I think that you have to have like a warm-up period almost, like kind of like sport. You're warming yourself up before you actually, do the main event. And I think that that's not only to get your eye in for the shots themselves, but also to get your confidence up, because it takes a certain type of person to go out and be instantly confident to take street images. It's because it's not easy, certainly not for me anyway. I'm not a hugely outgoing, confident person who's happy just to go and just get right in the thick of it and start taking images. It takes me a while to build up. And I vividly remember when I was in Manchester, the first few images that I took, I was very much like, oh, this is just not working today. I'm feeling really uncomfortable. But I think what happens is the more shots you take, the more you kind of settle into the day and settle into the session, and then you start to feel more confident, and you start to push a bit more, push the boundaries, sort of feel a bit more confident to go in a bit closer, or to take those shots that maybe you didn't feel quite as comfortable with first up. So the tip that I want to give is it sounds ridiculously obvious, and it is really obvious, but it's easy if you're not quite feeling it to forget, is shoot as much as you can, take as many images as you can, give yourself a time to warm up and to settle into the day, and you'll probably find that the shots you take further down the line are the ones that you like and the ones that you want to keep. A couple of things as well. I'm heading up to Elland on Friday. I assume this is Wednesday when this is going out. I think it is. I'm heading up to Elland on Friday to Gary Goff's studio, because the Photo Nerds are doing like a live podcasty thing, and they've opened it up for people to come and watch, and I've decided to go. So if you're going to that, I'd love for you to come and say hello to me, or love to meet you guys. So if any of you are going who watch, and please feel free just to come and say hello, that'd be great. Also on Sunday, if you're anywhere in the Bedfordshire area or around that area, Hertfordshire, Bedfordshire, then my photography club, my camera club, are having their annual photographic exhibition. It's on at Barton Village Hall between 10 a.m. and 2 a.m. on Saturday. I think I said Saturday, but it is Saturday. If I said Sunday, I'm sorry, it's Saturday. I'll be there from about 1:30, I think. So if you want to come along and have a look, I've got some images in there, and there are some very good shots from all the people who are members of the club. So if you want to come along to that'd be great. And hopefully on Sunday morning at 10 o'clock, I'm going to do my next live stream of You're in Focus. I was planning to do it this week, just gone, didn't get around to it. Unfortunately, things got in the way, but hopefully this Sunday, 10 a.m, I'll be doing a live stream of that. So I'd love for you to join me, and comment and whatever. So thanks ever so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And until next time, I will see you soon.